Hey guys, this episode is not going to be the episode I was wanting to shoot, but it is the episode you're going to get nonetheless. I've been checking my female Gonyosoma, oxycephalum, however you say it. Been checking her every day, probably 2 or 3, 4 times a day, because she's supposed to drop a clutch any day, really. And you guys have seen me posting pictures on Facebook and Instagram. So I came in today to kind of look her over and to see if I had any eggs. I was expecting 5 based off palpations. She's due to drop March 26th. But I came in this morning to a snake that has passed away. So this is probably one of the worst gut punches in the reptile hobby that I've ever taken. So I'm going to try and extract the eggs from the female, see if I can salvage them, because we're at the 22nd, so I'm just a few days away. She was doing really well last night. I came in almost around midnight. She seemed fine. She was moving around. I came in and misted her the day before. Removed the water bowl because I know these guys lay in the water bowl. Misted her, and she drank a ton off of her coils. Really, she was seemed like a healthy snake. So I've raised her since she was a baby. Never an issue. So I'm gonna try and take these eggs out and see what there is. I have no idea. Okay guys, figured best to do this outside, but this is the female. I've got, I'm expecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eggs. Her vent is right there where my pinky is. So I'd say that's probably about 2 inches. But yeah, I need to get this girl cut open. So I have a nest box here, which is what I was hoping to put the eggs in. So I'm going to try this out and see what's there. I mean, they could be slugs. Too much time could have passed. I need to quit talking about it and just get into it. Okay guys, getting into this now. I'm outside. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. But I do have some syringes, not syringes, some scalpel to cut with. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. Anyway, well, I'll set this stuff down and just go ahead and get this in it. Let's see. All right, so I don't want to cut her right here because the eggs are there. So I'm going to cut her up here just in case, you know, these things are sharp. So here goes nothing. Oh. Trying. actually a little too, you know what, her ribs are there, so I may have to actually cut her down this way. Okay, so that looks like a help. I mean, I don't know, but it's attached here. This one actually got cut on accident. First time I've ever done this, guys, so bear with me. Maybe I can, whew, man, that is smelly. That does not smell good. Okay, so I don't know what to do here because these have blood vessels and stuff all attached to them. Unless they're in the embryonic sac, and that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Oh wow. Guys, this may be a good egg. I don't know, but it looks like fully formed. Trying to get the embryonic sac off of it, which I'm actually pulling off right now. Okay, that's one egg. This one I actually punctured, so on accident. What I'm doing right now, I'm sorry about the I can't talk today, guys. I appreciate you bearing with me. I'm basically just peeling her belly scales away without getting into the egg. Okay, so maybe that's fat deposits on the... Okay, so we're to egg number 3, which what I need to do, I need to get this one away from it. And I need to get this one freed up. I almost trust my fingers. Man, what I'm going to do is candle these two to see if, you know, where the embryo is. Okay, and they're kind of rough in texture. I'm not gonna lie, guys, they're kind of rough in texture, like what I would expect. I mean, I've never bred these before, so that is a, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen after this, but I'm hoping I can salvage 4 of the 5. I would be able to salvage this 5th one, but I accidentally punctured it with the scalpel. I've never done this before. I've never opened a snake up. I'm not a vet. I've always kind of deferred to veterinary experience and stuff like this. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta act. See if I can massage this. The embryonic sac on this 3rd one's already I've got a hole on this end, but I need to be able to get to this other part to cut. See if I can push this. Okay. All right. Okay, that's 3 out. Yeah, that's this one. I was just making sure that one's oozing yolk. So I don't want to chance that. Don't want to go in there. Trying to cut up around the spine because the rib cage actually gives me a little bit of a buffer to cut to the egg. So I know I'm not going to really, and I'm not using a ton of force here. In fact, I may go up farther where I know there's no eggs and cut. This was one of my favorite snakes, guys. And I wouldn't typically butcher her up like this, but there's not a lot of people that have bred these before in captivity. I mean, all we see are wild caughts coming in, and so I'm not a huge fan of continuing to collect wild caught animals if we have a pretty good supply of captive born ones here in the US, and we do. And so I'm hoping that maybe I can salvage these eggs to add to that gene pool, to try and maybe hatch them. You know, if I could get 4 of these babies to hatch, that's four more babies to add to the gene pool here in the US. And they're so easy to take care of. They're not a hard species at all. So trying to be so careful here. Okay, I had to break the embiotic sac. I was trying to think of the word, but this red stuff, this red membrane, is what I was trying to break through, because each egg is contained in that. All right, gonna cut this away. Harley, go. This is not for you, kiddo. Bodie, not for you. So it's like almost shedding. You know, you just shed it off. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and, this is the female here. as expected, 5 eggs, 4 of which I was able to extract from her. And now I'm going to put her away. Not a lot of fat on them, guys. Not a lot of fat on them at all. My dogs are going crazy. So let me take her and at least try to minimize the smell and the mess. Okay. I do not want to take well, they've already kind of had stuff dry on them, so I guess, you know, when they come out of mom, they do that. I'm gonna candle these guys real quick and see what I can find. Okay guys, I've candled the 4 eggs and marked the tops of them, and I'll show you what they look like right now. The silver lining here, guys, is that I was able to get 4 eggs out of her. This is vermiculite underneath. I candled these guys and there was vein development in all of them. I mean, I've never looked at these types of eggs before. I've never bred anything outside of boas and geckos, so this is my first time, but I'm gonna throw them in the incubator, which has been running for almost a month now at stable temps, between 80 and 81 degrees, and we'll, you know, cross our fingers and hope that these guys go the distance. If anyone has anything they'd like to say or any experience they've had, I'm open to whatever anyone has. Hopefully one of these 4, well, I hope we can get them to hatch, but if they do hatch, I hope that I can get a female out of them. All right, guys, thanks. Could have been worse, I guess. All right, guys, that's kind of how breeding goes sometimes, is you got to get punched in the stomach. That female was awesome. I love that female. I still have the male. I got them both from Dan Maliri as fresh hatchlings. I've raised them up. There's never been an issue with shedding, feeding, anything. That snake is like so easy. Like, I just put a rodent in there and she takes it. So man, this sucks. But hopefully these guys go the distance. She should have laid at any time. I mean, the due date was the 26th, but she had a little bit of a rough time getting her her shed off, when her post-ovulation shed, or pre-lay shed, I guess. So her pre-lay, based on her pre-lay, I marked it as the 26th, but in all honesty, she could have dropped at any time this week. And I have her pre-lay marked on the date. So these, had it been earlier in gestation, I don't think we would have this outcome. Again, I don't know if they're gonna actually hatch, but she was due to lay at any time. They've got a kind of a rougher texture, which I've been told that's normal. That's what you want to see. They look good. They're definitely not slugs. She had 5 solid eggs in there, and I'd be incubating 5 eggs if I hadn't cut one on accident. But I'm just trying to save the babies. The female's gone. I'm really, man, that sucks. Just freaking sucks. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate you watching. That's just how breeding goes. Sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. I've just had a lot of bad lately, so I'm hoping for some good with some of my boas that are still pregnant, but we'll see what happens. I'm grateful to be able to work with these animals regardless, and I hope I don't cause any undue stress or harm to them in trying to breed. So sometimes I feel kind of a little bit of guilt from that, but anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and hopefully next time we'll be on a lighter note. Bye.